to Katatowol, Big Fawol, you name them, Magnificent Joe Wol, Be Jamal. Because na ideology at then, when I just came back from the States, na ideology was about looking into that endowment fund, to make sure it happened at the NCAC. And then even when we were doing the sub-regional festival with the NCAC in 2006, by then there was no endowment fund, but the idea actually sprouted from there because it was being supported by ECOWAS. At Baong countries they all came and they came through their countries endowment fund in Atana Jijang. With regard to that. So another diamond between the 10 music union what set up.
Sorry, let me cut you there.
This was in 2006.
2006, okay.
Yeah. So by then solo mellow Kata Ibrahim Sise wala at the Gambia Music Union. So we could not work with the NCAC by virtue of so many crises of this nature. We were trying to attract to benefit from that funding. We thought it was already there, and unfortunately, during Kuolin Tata Fajamfata, Natana Lonko Yarafang the endowment for the cover, well, from Marco article Marco round Nafa Kodoning Yarafang Amantara Nunje. Bring Natana in 2012 at the NCAC, Mataraji Hanibi. Natra Purka create Nyonya. But unfortunately, another soto honey bimbe dame to teng for BT to teng on the 15th of September 2001 among soto. There is no endowment fund actually.
Okay, the big question, the $1 million question is you go cover in 2006 idea in nada.
Idea
about 2006 kana 16 ka 10 years later. About 2016 kana 2021 ka 15 years later. Sanjitang anilulu femman soto no Gambia artist also from Marco no men kabo NCAC.
Actually yeah.
Eko kabo NCAC alba ko tama kan ngani kono tama fobi hani bi amankeno. Sign the $1 million question is muna yatin na mankeno.
Good. It's a the Fatuma's Jograbe Nunje in 2008 World Qatar 12 World Cup. Fatuma's BJ Watu Mena, I tried because not concept no dealer I make safe and try to make it like a cabinet paper during Yahya Jammeh's government. And then the seed money should have come from government. And yanta frontera government level. Then corporate departments like social corporate responsibility. Wol sinana ye bulo lano anyokano purka londino ka establish. What effort of fertile because a manke government la priority. Because unfortunately all these two government may along continue doko kebe, they are not prioritizing it. The government of Yahya Jammeh ma prioritize. Because Yahya Jammeh would give 100 for a budget, and 80% abe 80 80% is in State House. He has his own culture management mechanism in the State House. Walem aka alani festival so analani call Jamal Kemenna. When it is part of culture budget, so what he will give to NCAC or what government will give to NCAC would be only 10 to 15%. Because what the NCAC budget tatanu 0.0005%. Can you imagine that? Well, it's not even quarter of a quarter. That's what you're calculating there. I said 0.0 killing, 0 fuller, 0 saba, 5%. That is what NCAC's budget is. Well, cannot even suffice for salaries. Salaries for NCAC have to fight. When we came in there, we became big technicians because the way we had to make sure that the institutional move, we had to crack our brain and become project developers. Make it a project writer. I'm one of the big project writers in this country now. I am very sure of that. Muka projects are miss because, hey, you see, when you have to suffer, you really have to fend to live, because desperate situations call for desperate measures. Well, we built most of the biggest projects and build them up so as to survive, because no one the NCAC will be shut down, because the money that government will put into that institution is so little that it shows that government doesn't have any commitment into that institution.
Yes, that was Yahya Jammeh's government.
That was Yahya Jammeh's government. And fortunately, during the Adama Barrow government came in, they did not prioritize it 100% so, but it was part of the NDP plan. They prioritized it as the third priority in the NDP plan. But it was woven together with tourism, because it called culture-centered tourism, so as to be able to give sustainable economic development. A culture murawal economy. We happen to have, fortunately, a culture-related minister who took interest into culture a little. When he came, and in Vigolenata, he calibrated the budget for NCAC. I hit to 0.05%. Where kata? But the government market priority. Hanbi amambono amanta 1, amanta 2, amanta 3. Still, but at the end I took zeros droplet, which he almost like 100% increment I already to NCAC, the salary soul based shelter. If you say that, some of us decided to stay because most of us as expats, we were almost going our way, but because we were having the enthusiasm to stay, and because this is what we have committed ourselves in, we don't want to withdraw. And by virtue of Muscle, we came in there because we thought they were not doing good, and then they asked us, hey, you know what, you said we were not doing good, come and prove yourself. Then they dragged us in and then put us into the chair. So once we sat in the chair, we came to realize that, hey, yarafa nisira bamba, yarafa fente nisira konodo, but maluta nsilata purka wuli kotenke, because nintata lo other side to kotenke diamola no. So we had to stay and fight the battle and say we must make it realistic. So we will have to do it. Wellingara based standing. So with his coming, I falling demanding falling. So which means the budget natana increase about 100% increment. But when Sambana and Wellem drop, I dropped I zero flow let drop, and natana now to 0.05%, which is a little bit fair in terms of maybe in the long run we might have,
son, you know? Let me come in there. Will you agree with me, Ko, that zero flow when dropped, that increment men get all the budget to near salaries be Bondi, still you'll have a balance is I use now to run the affairs of the institution. Because you cannot tell me, Ko, coming that 5% oka budget oka salary da mala cover. It's beyond that, right?
Yes.
So okay, now let's take a look at sign beyond that salary. I'll come in Bondi. Tell me, mune kumayada katambi artisola endowment inyanda mensotere bukan sodo budget oka focus dame. Can you tell me this?
Yeah. Okay. Because Yajele, when you say the National Center for Arts and Culture, you're talking about 3 institutions there. I 3 institutions sort of. Ala priority manke arts today. I manke the artists all today. No. There is a bigger part in there, which is museums and sites. Because you have the Cultural Heritage Department, which is responsible for museums, sites, and monuments. Walem Ning Albreda Wol, Jufure, Kankurang Center Wol, Janjambure, National Museum, the Arch, Kata Wola, Kerbach Wol, the Stone Circle Waswol, Aniwola. They consume, in fact, they take almost 80% of NCAC staffs. 80% of NCAC staffs work in these sites. It's the biggest sector. So, less salaries dama, a lot of it goes into that, and maintaining, because we're for a revenue-based lady for NCAC, because government can subvention on Mendi, despite our increase annual, still Abugabe subsum no, we depend very much on those revenues that are being made from those sectors also. So the revenues that come from those, they also supplement. So you see, the art sector is just one segment. The second department, which is my department, that is the Department for Literature, Performing and Fine Arts, which is the CPA, that's the Creative and Performing Arts Division, which is my sector. So I have almost like 7 divisions, 7 sectors in the industry, which is music, film, theater, dance, beauty pageant, visual arts and handicraft. In sectors all based on, they are all big. Each one of this is big, and you are going to really consider each one of this sector a malfunction economic wallet. So it's not only music. Music is just one part of that sector. Though it has the highest number of young people having interest in it, but it is also the least sector economically at an economic drive before 3 years ago, for 2-3 years ago. But I can explain to you later why that revolt also happened. That is another scenario. But up to that time, ala economy music can men dundino which to stay within the Gambia it was very meager, not compared to even fashion and other sectors. So even at this time, Nico government la priority because the government is very minimal still, not the individual. Though I commend the individual, now it's changing, it's becoming boom very soon. We are talking about taxation for the musicians, because no musician pay tax. And you know why? Because if you go to the tourist sector, now the government will get priority sector sorting, because they pay tax. You know the hotels, how many millions they pay into tax? Even in our juice prices, they pay tax. In the food sellers, but there is not even a single musician or a single producer or promoter who pays tax.
Let me cut you there and drag you back a little bit. My question is, you go increment ke la budget.
Yes.
Meaning al-kasara lil joje priority ka di sector dolla.
Of course.
Ya faham yale.
Kendeke.
Ya itandi.
Where longo government la interest ba wolto.
Government la interest ba wolto.
Aka economy soto no ndame.
Aka economy soto no ndame.
Aka kuro gena dundi wolto.
Exactly.
Yes.
Priority ka dundi je. Before I ask a mega question regarding this, because I want to bring you back a little bit.
Yeah, no problem.
Let me ask you this. Altolka NCAC community musician.
Good. Okay. Nina na sector to. One of the fundamental thing can make a musician only number one
financially.
Mina wolto. Because nka first of all, first all the artistic associations will tell for. I foot their bill for Congress. I give them fund. I always interfere. I will take them to Congress and pay all the bill. This year, I started subventing, giving them.
You pay individually or you pay on behalf of
artists.
You pay individually for you pay on behalf of.
No. When I deal with artists, I don't deal with individual artists. Individual artists,
you don't
of
get
course,
it. What I'm saying is,
you, for example.
No, what I'm saying is, you said I pay. What I'm trying to unearth here is it you that is paying from your own coffers, or you are paying from the coffers of National Center for Arts and Culture?
No. Here, if I am talking, I'm not talking as Sheikh Omar Jallow.
I want it to be clear for the audience.
Yeah, okay. When I am talking here, it's NCAC that's talking.
Okay, all right, good.
Because I'm here in the capacity of National Center for Arts and as director for Franco. If you're talking about me, in my personal experience, that I am called Sheikh Omar Jallow. That's different.
Okay. That's clear.
When I am saying I here, I am meaning my institution.
Very clear.
Yeah. So here, I pay, okay? Or NCAC pays and foot all their bills. And in fact, sometimes we fight with them.
You are talking about Congress here.
All the artistic associations.
You are talking about Congress.
Taking them to Congress to organize them.
Let me cut you there. You are talking about associations. You are talking about Congress. What I'm trying to ask here is, I will still drag you back, and I want it to be very clear. For far too long, musicians will be kumbokang. For far too long, musician lol man demaro so to Gambia for far too long musician lol man dula so de be sembela dame andung ila jeri dula be dame ila sembe dula be dame ila dema dula be dame is National Center for Arts and Culture. There are strong allegations that National Center for Arts and Culture at Gambia musician lol ay fail woefully. So one of the reasons may add nani allegation or nare is endowment fund killing to the is provided for Gambian musicians. That is why nim question on naranko mune nyin sabu yemem foja mbala moy kande killing eko fengo alla budget amansia amansia nanada priority areas lebije ye area for National Center for Arts and Culture ka focus melkang ni budget nadana endowment fund role man sotono je nyenyi nka because I wanted to bring the question back because yekuma jamal lefo bari janni mbe question ni murunda the main question wala nan ko alkamuneke musician ole financially iko alkaminke musician ole financially all you started talking you foot their bills Congress association those are association Congress. I want us to leave those things aside. I want us to focus on musicians. NCAC communicate musician ole financially nana endowment we are treating endowment funds here alkamel dila alkamuneke nana ra fanala financially alkamuneke musician
okay ye bako wala comme ngam foy endowment fund bi nyame wala mu yaje ndesan comme la ngombol usunjay senior wol an ñing di former fenkol ñing I would say realistically it's an unfortunate situation because menketa yalla sural ka fo men ko bala nam nefa ika fenne jome yalla koy katale if you do not work and pay at social security you don't work into social security and tell them pay me.
But it's different here.
No, of course. No, it's the same. Endowment fund means
do you know why?
Do you know
why it's different? Do you know why it's different?
Why?
Janimbe inyin ngala research kele very well.
Yes.
I understand this topic very well.
Good.
The structure was created for social security to pay pension to those people that were actually working and deduction was made from their salary. But the structure the structure wasn't there for those musicians.
It's not there.
You know why the structure wasn't there? That is because NCAC together with the government have failed musicians.
No. Because you know why?
Who is supposed to make the structures?
We have made the structures.
The musicians the structure.
The structure is there. Because the structure is where it's being capitalized, it's being captured in the Copyright Act Nikonon. Because the Copyright Act says you should pay for performance license. The artists don't pay for performance license.
What are you doing about that?
Well, do we go out there to fight? We are sensitizing them. Because Hani Bimbe Diamond to Fangola Teng, you cannot have even a single musician. Hani Allah ST none of them is ever registered. No work is copyrighted in this country apart from Hakim. Doku killing is the only work copyrighted in this country. What the Malay copyright understand means that ayala doko sambanang, ala musico sambanang, aya sambanang to copyright it and then say that this is something that I want you to collect on my behalf.
NCAC should be blamed for that because it is your responsibility to enforce the copyright law.
It's not our.
Is it not your responsibility to enforce the law?
It's optional.
It's
optional.
To enforce the copyright law.
No.
It's optional to enforce the copyright law.
No. I mean the deposit. To come and claim for, I want to have royalty on my work.
No. Enforcement
is different because what happens is two tiers system they were carrying down. The first tier is enforcement, which is done by the Copyright Office under the NCAC. We do that. Jaliba Kuyatenyininka, when they pirated his work, we go after them in the market and ransack buba. Ifang, Bidai Nina Dokoma, somebody unstoppable. He will tell you what happened there. Big Fa, Birani Mohok Duntanyola. He will tell you what happened there. So there is enforcement. Ta even Botrop, in patients of Godwin. That's enforcement. Ta this satellite Fenkor in Kotu, Menkani satellite Fenko Molaje is in jail. And that's enforcement. That is enforcement. We do enforcement. But to say Nimuna musicality ala copying alia protect alia tanye for example alia ni STA ni Eyeafrica ya play they pay me. What is not enforcement? That is liberty. Well, it's up to you, the artist, Sultan. You come. There is no force in that. You can decide to say, musical player, I don't want the money. It's up to you. But you are just ignorant. How many millions you are losing in that? But you are not educated and you are not understanding this. That's why you are leaving it to me. That's why nobody is collecting revenue in their music in here. And that's where endowment funds because there is something that we call performance licensing, which you are supposed to pay about every book. So this is where endowment funds comes out.
Let me come in there. We will come back to this endowment funds because Kujamal.
No branding, of course.
Ning question okay, a pregnant question later.
Absolutely.
Another Kujamal Wulu. So endowment funds, that is the topic. That is the question, main question. But I will come back there. Okay. Artists who Jama Babi Jeman call Fahamia. Near the National Center for Arts and Culture Loda is for you to guide them. Alka Madwanana is for you to guide them.
Yes,
of course. Yes. Copyright law, kudo, natana. Sign. Ikan you mean for them. National Center for Arts and Culture. Official may call responsible the artist or the do you take it as a duty upon yourself as an institution? Puru kanying artist or case sensitize about Ninkuli coming for them.
One of it is right now, there is not a single month, I am not in 1 or 2 media houses. My favorite one is GTTV, Gambia Talent TV with Kalilu Banja, Abu Gambulano, Hanin Civil Kodankaya Sambakaname. I am every other day, not Paradise TV with Haruna, not Capital Radio. I have a special program on GRTS also, Ibu Gambula, Aniwala. So there is not an opportunity, and it's not even that. We have even trained our cellules. Mustafa Nyininka, Mustik, he's a trained. Now doing a course, a full-fledged course for 12 consecutive weeks. More than $100 and something thousand is being paid on these courses at Mante. Over 12 of them plus 12 by 3 batches. Just to train all of them. They are there. And I'm not talking about 41 different workshops until the time from 2012 to now. 41 workshops. Sensitization workshops and in conduct. It's on my CV. 41 conduct from 2012 to date. 41 conduct. Many along hold the numbers I cannot even. Kaliru Banja will be a current Olkonola, Katanying, Ibrahim Sise Walla. You count them. Hani Ibrahim Katefon. I have brought him on. He has participated in one of my in some of these workshops on the so we don't give up. It's just menketa. The unfortunate thing is walemu. Ikanyim bajo karandile ni wale dogo yeta for then they match or they go out, then you have a new batch that comes in who are completely ignorant of everything. So you have to start from. So we know the process is just like we will just be brimming ngatra brim kanro for janing alaba kile wato menai ferment. Awato besilan.
Okay, let's come back to this endowment.
Yeah.
Usunjai Junior, Kata Gambia back.
Ken Dekefang.
Ijama Bal, but I will use him as an example. And he deserves to have endowment funds.
Speak. No.
But I'm asking a question. I'm not giving a statement. I'm trying to ask a question. Right. Usunjai Junior. Kata Gambia back in another music okono. And I deserve like an endowment fund so. Ya fahami along coming for it. So new situation onyala ana nyonyonyongolo wolumanna NCAC is trying to hide behind ila budget. Saying ko come we have priority areas. Kula nambuga nyula endowment fund so jono. That is something else. So the question is now, what is NCAC doing to make sure this starts? Because you got the idea sort of in 2016, the budget is limited. You are trying to prioritize other things. What are you doing to make sure this happens?
Well, okay. The unfortunate thing that I have to tell you, in terms of Walla Kuala, there is nothing that can happen for Ninge Somenna. Because come like in COVID fund, we gave them money to assist them. Woman can endowment fund. If you use the word endowment fund means a money that you deposited. They did not deposit money in there, in the coffers. A man sotole fang something bad. Ngalo ni jamano munu. Ikoya deposit, they would have deposited millions. Today they would have been millionaires. But it wasn't created in their time.
Meaning they were not paying tax.
They were not.
They were not paying tax.
Not musically.
Musically. Musically.
Yeah, musically.
Yeah.
They were not.
They were not paying tax.
Because it's not there. It's not created.
Even
today, like they are not paying tax right now. It will bail about it.
So none of the Gambian artists is paying tax.
None is paying tax for now.
So meaning
they are not taxable.
Okay.
We might try to start it in 2022. It's part of the budget for preparation in 2022, because that's why collection we were trying to collect data. We've collected data and we have provided it to GBOS and the Minister of Finance. So what will happen? Mambure will tell us in the budget speech. I cannot preempt that right now. But the presumption is we need to move from one level, because hey, it's when you're dealing with government, when government prioritizes where its eyes are. I will have to be very frank to you. Government like interest morality. What these people will have to do, or what the artists need to do, is actually to be able to see a leverage where they need to pay their dues to the country. They are doing wonderful.
But the critics are saying the blame comes back to you.
Where?
Because you have laws. You want to be an artist. You cannot just jump up and become an artist like that. We have seen how it works. Ngajela kake banku dol kanyame. Ite wula wanyama. Protocols lebije. Binala de register. Inyindo. But ni modo mo he is still an artist. Aliabulaje, which means then that is negligence of duty. You are not doing what is expected of you.
The unfortunate thing is,
to make it right. So the artist
Yalong dunia fananka tamani luala. Wol iko settlement for them, maybe it's in their law. Unfortunately, Ntolmo was sort of in our law can make compulsory. Ntol is not mandatory. In fact, it says, even in the NCAC may, in capital, may register. That's different. Natra shall, in legislative words, if it is shall, that's mandatory. But here, when it is may, is voluntary. You may just prefer. Molatna, more force for registration, but we give priority. Come for example, ning itanata. You are not registered. Ning don't register. We give priority to those who are registered, like this COVID fund, Birimba Dila. Namolmen Kumandi is the registered artist. Many yalon koy mari oil registration of foreign expat nata kumbol kijele mol blame kumol be for molien, but understandably we had given priority to those who have registered.
But what is the essence of you being registered?
Good.
As an artist? At the end of the day, they are not qualified for endowment funds. So what is the essence of you being registered?
Can you drop that word endowment fund? It's very much inaccurate in our context here. It's not in existence and it is not yet implemented. Can we put that word up? Because the moment here,
I cannot put that aside. Do you know why? Do you know why that word will never be put aside? Never.
No.
Do you know why?
I'm not saying forever.
Yeah.
But for now,
do you know why it wouldn't be put aside? There are a lot of things we have revolving around the endowment. The structure, so what is NCAC doing to make sure the structure is there? It needs to be there.
We are moving to that because the thing is, life is a step. So
meaning you are working on it?
Of course, because now for the first time, what we did is to be able to get artist data and in Kela information so sort of no. Make sure we call for this COVID fund. We go, hey, we have this COVID fund that we are helping the artists in Imboronata. You know what? We are looking for those who are registered. I told them, register, you cannot be a part. Yalong segregate what. So many yalong could they are registered, many yalong could man register. But ngadi men for ngela data sort of.
Momo artist or artist Jallow.
I think 6,000 or something like that.
6,000.
Yeah, I think so.
Every artist 6,000. Or do you think war is enough for?
Well,
Musician member searing. Wala promoter. Allow me to ask my question, please. Musician member searing karijama. Siara sanje kilindi. Andung aman denkilla andung ala danino ala balu music wala bala. Imam Fendi wala fo Willy Woro enough land.
Go, a beggar had no choice because wale be Jane, don't know wale soto because the amount that we have received is very meager, about $3 million is thrown.
Ali wala soto.
No wale soto.
$3 million.
Yes, $3 million is Bondi. Musician or the mati. You're talking about musicians. Wale te concern. But we are bigger than that.
I don't want to go.
We are bigger than that. Need to be one segment. That's just one segment of our part. It can be for what gender multi. So the larger part is there. Men to takobo wole siya bata ikamento. You're talking only one part of me.
Yeah, because we will discuss kanja.
Good. So I have a bigger picture, which is bigger than ikamento. So obviously, my concern ngamen dealer was 6,000 is very good compared to at least other institutions.
So from the COVID fund.
Yes.
How many percent are a musician on the code?
I cannot percentage it. I haven't done that work yet unless I find out from accounts. But right now, nta percentage la no. But nangalo neko na artists on many yalanko they are registered between 2018 because nga kenum first 2018 for October 2020. Because I think we distributed the money up to October 2020. Yes, 2018. Because wale valid, which is 2 years. Wale valid within the period of.
So sign out of the fund. I'll tell you allocate musician.
No, I cannot say because they were paying random, not only the musicians. Because the theater will come.
No, what I mean is
Manfek allocate. Come like you never deal musician or we were looking at the registrations. Yeah. Anybody who is registered, you have a registration card that is valid, whether you are theater or film or dancer or visual arts or beauty pageant or model. We do not discriminate. So all that we were doing is just as long as you have a valid registration card and it's between October 2018 and now this is what we were targeting. So we were not looking whether you were one Franco musician thing or we were not looking segment by segment. We were just disaggregating it all. So and as they come, then and mother world to fana we even kanyela one because now we wanted to look at the culture sector. This is the creative arts, but there is the culture industry because I deal with the CCI, which is culture and creative industries. The culture sector, Kanyalangon, they don't. Jallow, they don't. Ibuka nying kontin Jallow, nying tantan Jallow. Well, they don't. Okay. Ibuka will be registered. But we had to go all the way down up to Fatoto, Ntatal. Jal Korlabe, Jol Sate o Sate to Anifankola. I delivered something there. Not domani Jalan.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Discussion o kono associational. Meli alon ko le marli music wala fanala ye workshop wol ke ya famial AGM sponsor ya fahamia police ke no nyame bari association obi je me alon ko Gambia Music Union.
Yes, Music Gam.
You understand? Music Gam.
My
Gambia
baby.
Music Union. Okay, your baby. What have you done in making sure that ila baby salary loy? Bari this is an association me alon ko they are really working hand in glove with NCAC.
Yeah, okay.
But NCAC hasn't done anything to ensure at least payment that are lorital funny. Bari is like a subsidiary of NCAC. So what have you done about this?
Okay, no. Maybe I will just correct ila last part Ninto, which is it is a subsidiary. Yeah, those technical terms in terms of administration tano because it's not a subsidiary. Because all these associations, in the first place, it was wrong. It's wrong to have formed them. because these are interest groups. They are independent, completely independent institutions of their own. It's a group of interest people who come together and fight for their rights against NCAC or any other institution, like the trade unions. No trade union is being formed by its parent ministry, except Ntol. Because what happened, the reason why I took this Fenkonyina, because as I said, before I get into NCAC, I was in the field, in the other side of the fence. And being part of the pioneers, the founders of music union. So when I came in, NCAC, the priority was first to attack music union and set it up properly. Because the mechanism lonko. Some of us who were promoters, we are there and we are not musicians, but we have got so much things. And film international Federation of International Musicians, they rejected us because some of us were already in the association. Kata Oku Dramewol, Kata Baijakwol, and most of us we were in the music union. So film rejected us because we were not musicians. And then music union is supposed to be for musicians, and musicians are who? The lyrics, menuka lyrics composers, menuka sonke, menuka sinke, and well, these are called musicians, not those in the music business. So the first thing we had to do was I had to use my prerogative in the office and jump to attack the music union, then music union, because it was almost moribund. It was going dead. And I really know that it needs to stand. But I capitalized of my position now at NCAC and jumped it. Took them to Congress. And revised, we have to overhaul the constitution totally and then revive it properly to this standard. Well, music union samana alota. So because Ngake music union, I could not leave other associations. Of course, we had to do for all of them so that it's equal. This is what formed all the artistic associations. It's a copyright fulfill no, because copyright says the CSG, which is the Collecting Society of the Gambia, cannot be formed in the absence of these artistic associations. So the artistic associations, and we were sitting for almost donkey years. None of these stakeholders have the ability or the chance to come together and form it on their own. So I use government's backing, and because I have a little privilege there now, at the end, because now I am a director, I know all these institutions because I was with them. I went back to them and started forming them properly and bring them to Congress. So that was actually, to tell you the truth, it's wrong. I'm on TV, but I'm telling you the truth is, it is wrong.
But you are doing it.
Yeah, I know. I was doing it, but that's why I'm saying it is wrong. It's not part of the law. You don't do that. But I decided to risk.
Do you know why now I'll bring you back? The reason why I said it's a subsidiary.
Yeah.
Be careful of anything that I say here. I'm very careful of my words. Subsidiary. Because you are director, Performing Arts, National Center for Arts and Culture. So, o director Kilima Wulda, I association with a form.
Be support. No, I'm made for support to form.
Okay, yes, support to form. In fact, yes, I'm by AGM.
Yes.
In fact, yes, could do
yes.
Memo government.
Yes, support like yes.
Yes, support will be
so that they can stand out.
Which is wrong. Yes. But you still do it.
Yes.
Just to
I want to see it happen.
You want to see it happen.
Yes.
This is the reason I said it is a subsidiary of National Center.
No.
Because I mean,
no.
the way it is done.
No.
Are you not using the Gambia Music Union for other purposes? Are you not using?
No.
For the benefit of
National Center. No. What I do partner with them because they are not. A subsidiary. Nata, for example, I have my department for fine arts.
But you built it.
No. I have my department. That's my subsidiary. No department for fine arts. They cannot stop me when I want them to do an exhibition. They will do it because they are my subsidiary. They have no choice. I am their commander in chief. I tell them because you are a part of me to be able to implement my mandate, which is preservation, development, and promotion of the intangible cultural heritage. You will have to do it. Imake, I'll punish them. Straight. But my partners, like Music Union, I can come after batandi.
Do you think you broke after helping them?
Of course. Yeah. You are
They are your babies. They are your babies.
That's
this
what
is
I'm
my
saying.
baby.
Yeah, that's why I said, yeah, because
Director for Performing Arts.
The institution is my baby in heart.
You are the director of
Yes.
Performing Arts as National Center for Arts and Culture. You use the funds of National Center for Arts and Culture to build that association.
Yes.
That is why I still stand by my words that it is a subsidiary of the National Center for Arts and Culture Department of Performing Arts.
No, it was for a neo, they will be angry with you.
But that is how it is.
No, it is not.
That is how it is.
It's not.
You are not supposed to do it. You did it. Am I wrong or right? You are not supposed to do it. You did it, and that makes it, a subsidiary.
That does not mean that they are my subsidiary, because they are not under my command. They don't stop me. I cannot stop them.
No, but that it doesn't necessarily imply ila command the Malanyanta and la ko ila subsidiary.
If they are my subsidiary.
Yeah.
My subsidiary. They substitute me.
You built it.
I support to build it.
You support to build it. You contributed.
Good.
You funded it. Right or wrong?
I funded,
you said it here.
Yes.
You funded it.
Yes. When it went
fully funded.
Yes.
Fully funded.
Yes.
So let's take a look at this here.
But I don't want to take those credit as something potential.
You built it for a reason. Do you agree with me?
Yes, I built it because, after all,
you built that association for a reason.
I built it because I know it was a necessity. Struggle when I was on the other side of the fence. It wasn't there and it was needed, but Akolo Tembulu, I had just a contract with Gamcel, Akolo Tembulu, but I know it was needed. NCAC, at that time,
let me say SOJ, let me bring you back.
Yes.
Ila diamo kono eko niaje ye mako ni because copyright law ila fole enforce.
Of course, what bijele
and wo copyright law jumal tamu.
No, what is it? Itolle tamu.
No, mbeme na jumal tamu akabo mundu.
Itolle la interest mo.
Itolle la jumal tamu.
Itolle
copyright itolle tamu bare akabo jumal ya.
Hadi NCAC le ba oversee kan.
Thank you very much. NCAC le ba oversee kan. NCAC la
nafale. Itolle interest kan.
Bare NCAC la nafale bije.
Hadi. NCAC man nafaso do copyright.
NCAC man nafaso do.
No.
So why is mbeme?
Hari yala memo NCAC la nafa muje menti walemu kajeko Gambian artists are benefiting
nafa man tambi wala albe wol datu je
wala nga fa walemu NCAC na so an nafa nying wo poso the hard cash pour NCAC la nafa mu ne tije walemu ngajeko musician sisla ay kodo dundala poso konole ala retirement watola he is getting something to revert to.
Okay, let me bring you back. Let me bring you back to the question. Gambia Music Union is an
independent body of its own.
Okay, let's put it that way. It's a body.
Yes.
I wouldn't say independent body.
No, it's called. In fact, it will follow a law solved.
I will choose my words.
Music Union.
I will choose my
it's a semi-independent, autonomous body.
I will choose
body corporate.
I will choose my words here.
Okay.
Like you are trying to choose your words.
No, I'm not choosing. I'm defining what is in their constitution.
Okay. All right. Let me come.
How they describe themselves.
Okay. Let me come in here. You said independence. Meaning
okay,
it
is a semi-independent, autonomous body corporate.
Okay.
It can describe all that is in the first clause of
where there are plans. Puruga la staff will do salary la owner.
An independent body.
From National Center for Arts and Culture.
What I did for them, I gave them money for the first time last year with this executive or executive will be. They never had any money from us because we never had the chance to have that kind of money to have assisted. But Alanatake, with this COVID fund, we got some money and then we distributed it to all of them, all the associations, it all inclusive. We gave them money first, Samba Congress, because the commands, the administration was already moribund. Because ni voluntarism easy.
Okay, Sang.
So
let me bring you back. Yeah. The question is, where there are plans will be in jail. Puruga melbije executive member puruga salary.
Yeah,
from
no,
NCAC.
executive bukajo dauda in dunia kono in terms of association. Executive
allowances
for earning per diems.
Memen.
Ila fenkola sitting allowance.
For
them to see as for them to have a skeletal body, a skeletal office, body corporate. Well, it's not to us to say it to them.
Okay, memen.
Well, yalan tolte okele no.
Yeah.
Because it tolela kumwoti. Because nyanta kela ila. In fact, to disclose something for you, they have written to me. As we are talking, nga letter suta benna office, mari ak follow from bile nga di matila, nkanko, you respond to these people and invite them for a meeting. Because for the first time, I have received a letter from the Gambia Music Union informing me that they want to operate an office. Can we help them in sorting out for support for office equipment, computers, laptops, and stuff?
Allowances.
No, they did not mention the allowance, but they did ask for office equipment and office space. I have that letter. I'm in the office.
Now we are getting to somewhere.
Yeah. So that I have received
we are
for
getting
the first
to somewhere.
Time. But even
and what are you going to do about that?
In terms of war, I'm inviting them on by next week to know the reason date first before I can say I will do this, because I don't want to preempt what their request is or what their plans are or what it is. I have no idea. I just came back from a trip. I came in, I found the letter there. I checked it up, I read it, I saw it. Then I have asked my assistant to my officers to respond and invite them.
Okay,
I'm expecting to see them by next week.
Okay, mbadanga dunanje koteke. Komandana na soto tale bang. Gambia Music Union niya kacha soto puruka allowance walandi.
No, because we will never do that. Purka allowance landi board members only. Never. We will never do that. Handing no from takela would be far-fetched.
Onana mansoto. Inani mwa kacha.
Never. Purka lundi gali association members only.
Salary. Mbekaja nyinala.
Hani. No. Go hani. May alonko I once advised, not even Music Union from Mamira no advice, but anyway, most of the association get advice men now.
No, let's talk about the Music Union.
No, I'm not sure. For Music Union, you are not sure. In case you've ever had anything of that, it's probable I may have said something like that, because I have said something like
we are getting to somewhere.
Yeah, remember, I have once said things like, take this money I am giving you and get a staff, pay the staff for him to multiply this money to millions. If you are paying a staff every month, I'll charge you at least 5,000 out of that. For 12 months, that's $60,000 is. Within 1 month, 1 year konola. And nyantaka project developer alieno, member tinalono alie 500,000 soto. More than 60,000.
Okay, let me come there. You gave them the money.
Yes.
You could do the National Music Union. Puru, your staff will tie, Joe, staff will make a ha.
That is a good idea.
Police have more do.
Don't back and malo Music Union the matter for association be.
Nobody had the Music Union. You could do that.
Of course, it be.
Yeah, for him, yeah. Yes. Coming I research before I interview.
No problem.
All right, fine. So you could do that. Put your staff out. A staff on you, ni pareta. Staff on you could do your money to millions.
I do cook.
So I will do cook nyadi.
By writing projects, because right now you memory the biggest problem. Come like it's their major problem. Their major problem is one, they are all volunteering. Voluntarism among easy the boy. I would not be able to do voluntarism. I can't do it anymore. I spent most of my time in volunteerism. Depends on benye, but time be how can I volunteer when I have to put food on my family's table? Volunteerism to continue. This is what is making most of the associations moribund. So, but if you have to go in now to a strategic leveling annual, you must be ready to sweat and then breathe.
So okay.
So what are the
okay, go ahead.
Now we will take you, Sultan, for you to come and do not volunteerism anymore, but you will do a part-time job for us. Do part-time job for us. We will pay you a good salary, not a good salary, but at least a fine salary.
And you will still be, yes, National Center for Arts and Culture will be paying you.
No. It's not National Center. Because the money is already given to them.
No, wait, let me come. The money is given to them by the National Center for Arts and Culture.
So
through your office.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Through your office.
Yes.
You know, and in fact, you presented the money as Director of Performing Arts. Right. So meaning the fund is coming from National Center for Arts and Culture. For music union, staff.
Yeah, the fund is from government to the National Center for Arts and Culture.
Let's take it from National Center for Arts and Culture.
Yeah, government.
But the route is going to be too long. We know it's from the government.
Yes, okay.
Fine. So sign. Kodo nyimboda wolde ya di union or puriyera staff job.
Hani. Madi la puriyera staff job.
That is what you said.
Hadi ila moina de.
Okay, come again.
Okay. We gave them this money for administrative purpose. Puri ibe fam mako ila nyame. Ntele nata a strategy dealer. Nkonko. Out of this money, nalia no. Alkana kodo nyimuda dong. Alia la dije alba spell alba do mola dong. Fiber. You will not move anywhere. Ntela idea movement ibe ngai be advisor la nkonko albe menkela. Technically nalia ke onyama. It will help you. Walemu engage a skeletal staff. Like Hanal Bajola 5,000 a month. This person will work for you Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or else 3 days a week. Writing projects for you, doing 8 hours a day, or something like that. Writing projects for you, trying to search avenues that he can create money for you, or I have a brain crack. Nadia jo 60,000 alia kodo Bondi alia wolandi 60,000 alia londi and engage somebody on that. Nadia didn't tell mas I will develop that 60,000. I can do every month 5,000. I will develop something for you.
So you gave them the idea.
No,
to come up with people
so
that will serve as
Nadia,
staff.
another association may
No, let's talk about the music.
Yeah,
a
music
but you gave them the idea.
Na idea you point. But they did not do it yet.
How much did you give them?
250,000.
250,000.
Yes.
So they haven't still done anything yet.
None.
With the money.
I am not sure. No, Imak, because I would have seen it.
Since when long? Yeah,
this is since it will tough because music union, come wrong. They are not my substitute. Because Nila na substitute being Janimbe Kododi Yellow Itola Kodo for delay for more than 6 months because I was in fight with them.
No, since when Leo Kododi? That's
I'm the to folk and take because it will start delay because I gave all this money since December, around December kata early January
2020.
2020.
December 2020.
December 2022. December January 2021. Most of the money I have released. Then it will I think it was there after 3 months, which was is it in March? Or April, they must have received theirs sometime around that time.
So since then, did you make a follow-up to see if Kodoni ya di menkama akiraudo?
That is not yet, because I would not do witch hunting, or I would not do.
No, that is not witch hunting.
Yeah, okay. I would not do maybe like this cannabis kind of mistrust or whatever. But I have just liberated them because I know they will be accountable to it at a Congress, because that's where I can. Because I cannot give you things and then ngabule no makotenke be fen call no muka okay.
Okay.
No.
Ye kickback soto nyun kodol tan.
Huh?
Ye kickback soto jel. Kabiri ye kodol dila. Do you have kickback?
For what?
Komi niye kodol ye nyimmin dila ten. Ye kickback o dila ten.
Muna wati?
Komi niye kodol dila ten. Ni barete duko dila service o minke. Yo soto je forma soto.
No. Parce que yalla muna gena. Ni mandia music union ila executive oni ni mandia we are fighting. I think up till now it's a little better, especially with their president also, because now he is compromising and understanding now that, oh, Yarafang SOJ is not our enemy. But some of them they still hold me, they think I'm still their enemy, that I am derailing them. I know, we had a big fight. Now fight because na fight the issues movement, it was very fundamental.
Let me cut you there.
Yes.
Let me cut you there, Mr. Jallow. The question is a simple yes or no. For Kabinyan Kodol Jode, kickback so the Jade,
I'm not going to that. In fact, you can do it with people that you are in the same time. So I'm not in the same time. So I cannot have it.
Okay.
That was absolutely out of it.
Okay, all right. Let's come to something else. Me alanko fanang akumada back. Musico mukule di me alonko around the world. Gajel ko karambungol bije. Music karambungol bije. Hani Senegal jamfang gajel ko karambungol bije. But Gambia jam, we haven't seen NCAC coming up with an idea, or even if there is an idea, coming up with a structure. Member itanda ko jamu music karambungol. So what is stopping NCAC from doing this?
Are you asking or are you preempting?
No, I asked the question.
Okay, you're asking.
What
yes,
is
that is wrong.
What is stopping MCSC from doing this? Music school killing tijang. Me alam ko iba for NCSC the time.
No, there is nowhere in the world which government owns those structures. Even Senegal, École des Arts, it's not owned by. It's owned by Commissariat de Reboisement de Foyer, the TAM. It's not government. What happens is, government, ayala interest wholesale sotole. Me yalan ka kawale keno aning aka koldol biya abuka menkeno. Abuka menkeno. There could be.
Let me cut you there. Around the world, there are music schools. Meli yalan ko mansakunda letam.
Is it possible?
Yes. There is nowhere. I want to put this across.
I haven't learned.
In Ghana,
because in
you have.
No.
In Nigeria,
Ghana, SICAS is not owned by government.
In
SICAS, not even Ghana la, is SICAS. I've been there.
But I've been to Ghana also.
Yeah. So I've been in SICAS.
But
not even SICAS lela. It's not owned by government.
I'm not talking about SICAS.
Okay.
In Ghana,
school Jumala in Ghana then.
No,
then it cannot be government. Because the only biggest one in Ghana is SICAS. Under the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology in Kumasi.
Okay, listen to me. Let me come.
Okay.
Music country bije mele alonko. Araman Ghana ti. Country bije mele alonko music school ol bije anu mansa kundale lo puru banko dingol mele alonko elafti munafanda. Yedani karamol do ise karondo je bari la faka music ol.
That's possible.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I want you to say. You don't believe in it, I'll bring examples for you.
No.
Okay, fine. So, Gambia la masakunda, ye interest soto la kanyinke bang. Fodung, imang interest soto kanyinke bang. Fodung, inanate interest soto la kanyinke bang. Fodung, ibe interest soto la kanyinke bang.
Well, as of now, ma moila follow.
No, italom. Itele mo mansakunda ti jande.
Wala
bari itele be mansakunda represent kanja.
Wala nanka wala foy.
Imam mo Ifang. Because itele ka recommendation o ki mansakunda. Lafta nyinela. E ko be di tala. So wo fana mo itel di science you are the director.
At this moment ntol mbe menke kan wala foyenteng. At this moment we are trying to privatize it. I don't follow in the institution so kono follow aita because we try to make it a crash course. That's the easiest opportunity. But ngalon neko in the National Theatre in Konola, which is the National Center for Arts and Culture, which is going to consist the National Theatre, the National Gallery, the National Art Schools with the academies wo is in the pipeline.
Thank you very much. That National Theatre,
yes.
Of course, that is what I'm asking about. I'll bring examples for you.
Yes.
School this is what I'm asking.
Yes, they will be. Inshallah, will be nada.
Okay.
We are working
That's
on
clear.
that, inshallah.
You're working on that. Our school also for musicians.
Inshallah.
That's clear.
Among musicians all run.
Yeah. No, being musical jibeka. Maybe subsequently may invite
no problem.
But I want us to take a look at music today.
No problem.
You understand what I'm saying? So nana
Because already there is a syllabus.
Okay, ngakaja yelo mandi do wandi sa. Saying Gambia musicians they find it very difficult. Pour katama no kata banku dol. Anu ngamira ni Gambia manko country damati bar bankol min falambe kafula Gambia kabe kala banku dantang meli alon ko be damen do BBB la musicien lo le musicien baldi pour kata banku dol kan ay kolea. National Center for Arts and Culture. In
fact, we are being recommended by UNESCO when they had what we are doing in the QPR, which is the quadrennial periodic reporting. The only country that is working to categorize their artists by accumulating them with a diplomatic passport for branding. Okay, can follow, as we know of, and as reported by UNESCO. Because 2 years ago, 3 years ago, we tried to change the scenario. Menketa wala, there was a time when ST kata Big Fa ani ngamira juma jalimadi wala ni wol biri parete tamandila nu kata nu UK. I know you remember that for year reject nu. It was a big clamor. Akita nu diamo batino on the social media anyway. You remember that incident most likely?
I do.
Good. Biri incident on Ninketa, what happened is I called their attention and told them that it wasn't good enough because they were trying it on their own, and then the promoter Sol did not kind of come through the NCAC for any support. But we do help a lot of artists to travel. Don't disappointed. We have that bad name. But do you want me to give names?
Of course, yes. Jamu Ifang Bondi la did it. Omar is very different.
By Babu.
Okay.
Kata Magnificent Joe.
Okay.
This boy, Fenke, Ning. Balafawa is overstaying now. Balarangs. I've overtaken it because the first time Atata no I make another Nadida Kotenke, he went and then disappeared. Because a period battle. You have them and but you have a big list. Mighty Joe will be.
So NCAC will be
absolutely.
So Yemil me be named.
None of them came back. And then they all went through our recommendation letter and if I write to the embassies.
No, but okay, I don't write in a recommendation letter. Aninka tripo wulindi moy.
No, tripo ka wulindi we hardly do that. Wo namanke ye silo mentambin din kanna. But what we do is, because when we write to Minister of Foreign Affairs anyway, you have a note verbal. Wo is the visa. It's not actually no,
but the note verbal is also you can still be rejected.
No, well, follow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
note verbal only also.
That will not make safe. At is killing TJ may along contanga safai no nga prepare annuala, nga kia atata among visa soto, master to follow. Malo fast soto nyato. But follow, I did not get it yet.
So any additional will be named the no verbal the day.
Ne be did I like I told did I and we send it.
Balarangs.
Abe.
Italy note verbal the annual be. And
did
you get a note verbal at ne visa also?
No, of course, fam. In fact, do Tabije, come Mighty Joe. In fact, now I am being stopped. Mighty Joe was the last one. It was a big clamor. Because Mighty Biratata and Nata Anuala, our manager, maybe I don't remember his name again, but the boy came back. But Mighty absconded. And that was a big, they had to write to me. They had to write to Foreign Affairs, and Foreign Affairs also write to us to ask, what was a big clamor? I don't know. That was the one that breaks the horse's back. So, but the fact is, so now
let me cut you there, Mbatu. I will come. Okay, I'll tell you, Menke.
Every word from you is important. Which I am very proud of is trying to see how do I categorize my artists for them to go category A.
What do you mean by category A?
Good. I do classification of artists because now we have category A artists. Many are going to ST. Biring ni ko keta bira nata na office nga sindi nkanko nga telephone sindi nkanko ST. How do you think about ila ni fanko ni na nata even to my home? We sat down. Akonyeko, how could you guys help in? Nkanko, the only thing that we can do in terms of this is we will try to see a way how you can get a diplomatic passport.
So you give ST the idea?
Yeah, we wrote it.
Okay.
Totally idea.
That's a topic of its own. But now that you do that, let's proceed.
We should, okay, ofana mbele diamol ko.
Topic all. No, ajang ya male sa ngatanga ko.
Anakala. Yeah. So work on that because they needed to have this branding that we need to do, like cultural ambassadors. We need to appoint them. So how can I do that and why would I do it for a particular thing? So what I have to do is to put a precedent. Any artist that can fill the stadium, which is you can sell about 30,000 because stadium la capacity from their management is 40,000, which they don't allow. I see then any artist that can sell 30,000 tickets at the stadium, at the independent stadium, you will fall into category A or Q City. Q City is 25.
So sign.
So mbala ngaje dane.
Okay.
Category B, any artist who can sell above 20,000, 15 to 20,000 tickets, you are under category B. You can get into category B. Any artist that sells below 10,000 kg way dumala comme Alliance Franco wol kata ñul Brigama Joko wol, you are category C. Ni man tara wol kono nak then you are unlisted. This is the classification of artist genres we have started using on. Out of Vola.
That could be seen as segregation. Do you agree with me?
No, it's not a segregation. No.
What about upcoming artists?
Yeah, they are they will be striving to get into category 1. Karila, Bakara Kumasena Wala. Ita Kumasena Lala K. We have to understand that. So it will start you grow. But that is paying off. It's paying off. You know why? Because 3 years ago, STV Stadium Omar, yala nako Gambian artist caring inyama my mo dolo ming. Yafa ko ibe stadium le nya ibe nyati na mbesto kila stadium le. Amasut. You know if you are in there. You know it. You're very familiar with that.
I'm privy to those things.
You privy to that. But during the challenge, akonyo ko wodro nebe passport odina nkako yes niyake we will make sure that yasoto akonyo ko wodro nem nkako akonyo ko then I'll do it. The boy went out. In fact, Hanala first year for Ngamela Stadium Morning, we paid for it. I paid for it just to support him, to give him a startup. He went out there. The boy did it. I was not even in country. I was all the way in Colombia. But on that evening, they were texting me. My boys were on the ground, and then they were texting me. I was so much over-elated. It was almost 3, 4 o'clock at night. Colombia time on mena and stadium be faka wato mena I'm getting these pictures and these streams. I was elated. I had to stay the rest of the night for 8 o'clock, then in the conference time, watching, following up what is happening in it. I was so elated. When I came there, I knew the sales that they have made, they have surpassed it. We did it. Jalibaku yate yake, ala tributo in Italy, ala European Tonyento, made more than 30,000 ayakina. We recommended him. So na jobate yake, not even in Europe, he did it in all the way down in China. Me along ko imala kango from way. So na did it. These were the first 3. Namen follow soto.
So diplomatic. So meaning sign. Ila strategy melondi. Wala mnyendiko. Category A,
category B, and category C.
Okay, sign. Category A, ni qualified town. Ila benefits level.
Nga passport, diplomatic passport di ñu sabol benal. And in ST fana nata the following year. akafa nambakela because birana na management nata they came to me and check on me sign dun tol dum mala yin kenya de pour ST ko the same procedure if you are able to do
Jumala management not ST
Jizul
okay
they came I said them the same thing if you are able to feel it akonyo ko confessal start alors fanko wuta birimbe bolana itata num wo European to mena with Selam with Scandinavia your to men ka birimbe bolana wo they took up the jam because he sold himself now he showed himself that he wants to do it a confessal start nga ba ndije he did it out of nowhere who wasn't classified in fact I stopped that show on that evening nga Q City call ngogo if this show takes place that is that show of attack the one who nobody expected from out of nowhere Malabotadamento from the ghetto from the street he was not even expect about ngogo no show stop le G what mo yala be G kotole attack jile nata na so kono for around 11 to 12 suto abendano la pe dano la pour ka foko please ngawo bani ngamel landa kan at Q City nga lift because boyola so mu somality because he wasn't registered and we do not risk an unregistered artist of that caliber to put up more than 10,000 audience or 40,000 30,000 audience in a place me ala go itema register who takes the responsibility if something happened there wrong you are not registered you are not nkonko muk atekera Patricia Kwenko I'm sorry so you cannot take me because we cannot risk it inata yo dandro for some nkonko saying Saturday I will go with you nga samba on Saturday kata register ngela data ta ngela information ta ngaka dia atata so nyinta out of nowhere he sold 33,000 tickets because in Patricia Dakota 10,000 I think 1,000 tickets 25,000 tickets they sold that before the show in Natanang on the ground he sold another 30,000 another 10,000 he started mem print and sold about 8,000 tickets out of that boy sugudoni akawur le fola ba ko the biggest show I have ever had in QCD why the walls will break down and wala the lady I think still is a record there ngafana samana we are processing his diplomatic passport
so which means and ibe jumala process kan den Jizul
ani Jizul waya sotla
Jizul ya sotla okay meaning say no ko saba Jizul ST
Sona Jobate 1 Jaliba Kuyate ST Jizul and attack now
okay so you are processing attack
yes so now I am protecting 5 because in National Assembly at the PACPEC I did promise that because if you give me chance and assist me with this because I got that support from them Ngongo, if you give me chance and then within 2 years I'll create because a question why are we allowing Senegalese artists to come and be paid millions of ya samba when our artists are not doing because mang incentive less sort of men killing the artists only if we are able to give something like this as a prerogative or something like as an emolument we will certainly build it somewhere let's give them something. So out of that, Natana was support Sotema, and then I promised them within 2 years, which is next pack Ninto, I'm going to present 10 because Muneketa, even this Fanko Ninto 10 right now would Kelole be caring no
okay
whatever big far number whatever Katato rather Katato is going to stadium and I will cross
so it means diplomatic passport or artists will be at stadium.
Well, I would say because they not diplomatic passport but going to category A because
because you are on the advantage category A all on diplomatic pass.
No,
category A
what a mante
okay
because in a price you cannot pay something like even big five $1 you cannot pay that to Jizu.
Ni usunja senior na rita ata nyami bi ala fa diplomatic pass la.
No.
Aba sotla no la fa
ani ata sotla no because the categorization system ngamel landi it need travel to jane
but that is not ata sotla no je jabe let me comment that is not then you are not fair to usunja senior.
No, munatina.
Yeah, of course.
Because criteria
no, but what criteria ya na usunja senior wasn't doing what criteria em fena. Wa atra usunja senior ye fonyo. Komi ya fonya. So say na but I amadisa.
No, deserving. Here, what we are saying,
Of course.
no, it's not about deserving.
No, of course. It's about
we
deserving.
are talking about,
because Hannibal got a stadium or
it's not about deserving.
Okay.
It's not about deserving. Here, what we are looking at is who can sell the Gambia out. Usunjay Mantano Dulato. Nata Botatamola.
If you can sell Gambia out
right now,
that means you deserve it.
Well, whether you deserve it or what we are looking here potentially is who can go and sell Gambia outside right now.
Okay, that's the idea. Okay, I understand.
Well, I'm not interested because ite mari, ite be travel liberty sotla lay be yenga diplomatic passport sotani wala ite be fenkelan. That could be okay for you. But tolla interest movement as a country or as an institution, kaju be ko yeta ibe play kang in Hollywood. Or in Holland, or in Jamaica, or somewhere, you play JKJK Gambia flag openly. Yes, I am a Gambian.
Okay, I understand that. Sang.
We are happy. That is country branding.
Sister Sotota, Kafa and Day today, a Gambian musician will know. I scam, a kaka visa le Bondi. Ninkona rake kuti me mansoro. Gambian musician will do Dundaje, Amanata. Ila miralo minute in dem kumala so dey phone about this.
Yeah, well, now is it memo bright start bang? I don't know. I think I have read something that like that on
bright
but mama grammar musician told together is bright star.
Bright star bijele.
You know, bright star lem ngamere anim bright star lem no.
Bright star bijele. Gambian musician dol fanam bije. Mele ko anduol fanan kachatale. Ya faham yalla. So ila miralo minute.
That's news to me, but not a bright star talem. No moy rather on the social media I have seen it, and then I only feel sad that Gambian artists are scavenging for international travels. They don't need to. International travel because Menka ke was if I'll need at most of them, it will just repeat Menka kenu. Maslabi wala time la. Will be silo so to be biritate be jasola ibe essentiel wa for le sign supermarket wa for le be music on filter. We've lost that generation. Well, and the handing group all to take. Most of the boys that I work with, I always advise them that please, if you go, don't stay, do your thing and come back and get your chance. Your chance will come when you will be traveling, you be tired, and you have no headache. You would not even need to stay there. They need to stay here and create the platform. They can make the money. There, they cannot make the money there because neither they are going to start from square one, from nothing. Ila career for abe fille male. Abe fille male, they will not be able to see it again. But here, they can build it, they rise, they go and come. And still make more money than even many along be sitting here, donkey job. So they have a talent be able, skill be able, and you will let them nurture it here and rise up. Now the music industry is paying off because now more Gambians are patronizing our music. We are going into it. We are filling the stadiums. Me along 2-3 years ago. The only one that we had a potential chance in those days was only open mic. Because they bring about 10 to 15 musicians. Based from different stadium of Fandino in 1 year. About promotion. So it was a fear factor in there. But now, you don't need to sit for a whole year to fill the stadium. But the guys are doing it. Okay, so women advise the they don't need to take travel a priority. And that's what they would have to go and to go into any scam.
Musician ila royalties la jo kabo NCAC la fanna la kaje ko aike abelarim fanna
nisan molman understanding sort of hold yalong the copyright act ning biri ya dida yake 2-tier system leti ay 2-tier system le soto walemu ay fanna fulal soto ala fanna follow walem the copyright office. The Copyright Office is under the NCAC. and wala doku momenti wala mo to fight against piracy, registration of the repertoire, and in advocacy and sensitization, like using the policy, making of policy and regulations. Ñu ne mu NCAC la do ñu ne mu copyright office NCAC la do ko lawyer wolof saying ala pachado ako there will also be a collective management organization called the Collecting Society of the Gambia, CSG, which is an semi-autonomous corporate body, independent corporate body of artists, which a responsibility movement, one, to have a power of attorney from the artists, like to act on behalf of the artists, to negotiate and collect on behalf of the artists royalties from all end users, and in 3, to distribute that revenue as royalties to all the artists. Walla body mode. So ya jere NCAC la kuta out. NCAC la part comme nga mem foy ni mola do ko pirate nana ta ngari poto soto I deal with you. We deal with you. NCAC deal with you. We are fulfilling that. We have a staff NCAC copyright officer and they are prepared there. You do anything wrong in terms of your mola do ko sunya ya copyright and we are registering. More be naka ne bela do ko register kan into the repertoire. Wafana munna do ko is happening. We are doing the regulations. We have already regulations. We are putting up, updating. We are sensitizing. We are doing workshops. We are doing all that. So until ben ma form ba fulfill kan 100%. Astagfirullah, let me say 98% because I don't see. I would say hopefully until a mirror we are doing 98% of our mandate. The other part, listen, I wish I resign NCAC. I just jump into that. I'll make this country, very soon, I'll become a millionaire. Because you know what? Because we are losing about 30 million every year in that industry. Kata in vain.
Thank you very much.